My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same. So we continue on as Dol Amroth. In the last episode, Prince Imrahil gave his life in service to Rohan and Dol Amroth. And the forces that carry his body are now returning to our land, guided as they are by now only 12 men of Dol Amroth and the loyal sons of Rohan who fought with us. As many of you have pointed out, despite my hatred, it would seem, toward Rohan, it is of course Isengard's fault really that he died. They killed him. Rohan very much left us to fight for them, but they didn't actually put the sword to his throat. Let's just have a quick check our people are doing what we want them to. Oh, we got another spy. Oh, brilliant. Let's send you... I'm tempted to go that way actually to keep a track on what Isengard are up to. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It was not, of course, Rohan's actual fault that he died. I was just caught with grief in the moment and said some things that I regret, and no, damn it, I don't. Rohan should have bloody backed us up. They've left us there to fight Isengard for ages. But anyway, things go better in the east, as you can see. Cair Andros, we are attacking Cair Andros, and we should soon and hopefully take that back. We can pull you out of there, actually, because you don't need to talk to Rohan anymore. Go up there and see what happens with Ginyard. How long will it take to fall? There we are, let's end the turn. So Imrahil has died. Elfir now becomes our next in line, or has become our prince. Elfir, of course, is the actual son of Imrahil, and that is where the law family line of Dol Amroth ends. We do not have Elfir's sons or daughters or otherwise named in the stories. So it's gone as far as it can go. Although there's a connection betwixt Rohan and Dol Amroth, isn't there? Doesn't Éomer marry? I'm sure Éomer marries. Is it Imrahil's daughter or? I'm sure it's Imrahil's daughter. Yes, because Éomer is younger, or about the same age as Boromir and Faramir. So Imrahil obviously is older than him, considerably so. I just can't remember her name. I'm sure it's Imrahil's daughter marries Éomer, so we do have a connection to... Oh, the Easterlings are doing well. And I bet they're taking most of that land from Cand. I'd not be surprised if these dark orange lines change to a brighter orange in due course. We are hard-pressed to bring down Mordor before that threat comes. Right, that army, as you all are very well aware, is our reinforcing force, say force more, which is going to head north and help Gondor. We need to start pushing into Mordor to save Gondor's western border. There's our spy. Here he is. So Kalembel is still held. Anfalas is still held. Let's head out to... Pinnith Gelen is still held. Oh, fantastic. It may not be as bad as we first feared. And when I thought you've got things going... We'll get roads in Haldunur so that we can move troops by land quickly if we need to. And Adrihil's seat has given us more of our own culture. Look how close we are to Gondor, and yet that particularly is so low. Mordor have held this for ages. We will build a Master Mason's Hall here, and then you can just queue up a few things. Oh, you should probably go for military buildings, really. We've gone now as far as we can go with our culture improving buildings. It will only now gain culture if we put a general or a large number of troops in it. But a governor's quarters doesn't come amiss, does it? Sod it, just queue it all up. If we could turn that into a point of well, actually, if we can take and hold Cair Andros with the reinforcing army, and actually hold Cair Andros for our own, I think that would be the best staging ground. 33% Dunedain, which isn't bad, and if we can hold it with a real force, then I think we should be all right. I don't want you to go the long way round because there's undoubtedly things in the way that we can't see. So get Imrahil's body back. We must hold a state funeral for him. Oh, I didn't pick up the Haven Guard on the way through, sorry. Something else someone wanted to see. Does Elfir have any actual children? So let's go down the line. Yes, he has 3, but they are not of age. Glircel, Durthor, and Hilthel. So Durthor's the next. So Elfir's got to survive for another 10 years, which is, what, 40 turns? If he could, that would be great. And then we'll have another blood son available to us. We've got quite a lot of adopted members, or indeed just married into members as well, because you can't adopt females, remember, but then you can, adopted peoples can have daughters, so you can end up giving away the bloodline. But I feel like in this instance it matters so much more than usual to ensure the bloodline is protected. For the, as we've discussed, the boots that Elfir stands in are sizable, and we want that lineage to continue. Now, we want Cair Andros as quickly as we can, so we are going in, and we're going to cut the head off of the filthy beast that stands within it. Gothmog. Gothmog, of course, is an entirely fan fiction, if you will, because he is from the film alone. The Witch King leads the armies at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, and I don't think any other orc is ever actually named. And of course, Gothmog is far more famously a name for the chieftain of the Balrog. Oh, that's interesting. We start on the island. I was not expecting that. It's as if we've sailed to this little port area and secured it. Oh, that's quite cool. I like that. I think that's cool. Right, so we've got to take this. There's only 2 units inside. Oh, cool fountain. That is a very cool fountain. How do you make the people? I haven't been here for a while. Cair has obviously gone over Cair Andros with his fine-toothed brush. I appreciate normally it's a fine-toothed comb, but in this instance, Cair has defied all the odds and created a fine-toothed brush. Right, we'll send you in. Oh, no. Send the mercenaries so we pay them to die. They can go in first. And the archers are going to be pivotal. But what we are worried about is that is almost certainly a tower. Oh, no, those are buildings. Oh, thank goodness for that. But those 2 are towers, and they will shoot us. That isn't. So there's only the 2 towers, and they're both on the gate. Right, so we might need the backup. So U-31, you might be called to honor. We're not going to be sending in cavalry today, I don't think. But outside of our archers here, we have a very, very weak... Ah, no, we've got 101 Haven Guard. They will be today's winner. But before they go in, we will send in all the half-baked units and see if we can either just get them killed off or win with them. Right, the towers are firing. And interestingly, they're not going for the battering rams. Right, let's just speed it up. Let's go and have a look at our quarry. Orc Maulers, and then over here Morgul Chosen, and leading them, Gothmog himself. There's the head that we wish to put upon a pike outside on the very pinnacle of the island itself. And we shall do. Well, we're losing a few of these, but that's alright. This is going to be a horrible slog of a battle, but if, let's move our archers up and start raining down on the enemy. They're going to have to do arcing shots, but so be it. We've put them in wide formation so the towers shouldn't claim too many lives. Look at that, in one volley we've already killed more than the towers have ever killed of us. Right, so you drop that ram. And then all of you group together, team 1, go and stand in there. Haven Guard, move into there. And archers, I want you to run and I want you to run. And archers, I want you to come and stand here. Oh, perfect, you actually can. Now, ideally, actually, what I'd like is the archers to go on the walls. I think we can get at least 1 on each. And then you 4 can then spread out a bit sort of wider like that. Ah, nice. There they go. Right, it'll take some time. And as soon as the archers are in position, though, we don't want them shooting straight away, because it will just draw the ire of the enemy. Right, is everyone in position? Is everybody ready? There's only 2 targets over there, so fire at what you will. Alright, we'll tell them all to stop. Everyone's in position. So it begins. Unleash Fury! Who are we going to target? Oh, brilliant. They've all collectively gone for the Morgul Chosen. That is a welcome sight. That's a really cool fountain. I really like that. It's such a good addition. It's amazing how simple a single feature like that can turn an erstwhile simple and plain battle map into a really cool little fortified castle. They're going for the archers on the walls. They're going for the archers on the walls. Stop them. Stop them. Oh, bugger. It's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Blackroot Vale archers are quite good in melee. They have lost half their men. Just... And there's Maulers down to 55 already. Right, Haven Guard, swing around. And then let's do some killing. Haven Guard are absolute monsters. And aside from being monsters, they also look quite nice, I think. They're a good-looking little unit. Particularly like the bottom half with the with this sort of, I don't know what you'd call that, the overcoat over the mail. I don't know, the trousers is what my gut wants me to say. York Maulers are going down, but the Black Root Vale are paying for that, sadly. Who are those towers shooting at? Let me see. They're shooting at these, aren't they? Oh, because with these guys on the wall. Come on, you've got to win. There's only 20 of them. And once they're dead, the wall's ours again. But we're going to take a lot more losses than we really needed to. But we've got a big reinforcing army coming. And Gondor have crossed the river now. So we are working together now as a team. Ah, nice. We've claimed the walls. Ah, no, but we haven't actually claimed the walls because of these guys. Right, archers. Let's not just get you all killed for absolutely no reason. And run you all away. And all that remains of you, we're going to charge into these. Get out of there! Get out of there, archers! Get out of there! Run! Run, you fools! And if you could dodge and weave as you go, that'd be really good, because I don't want to lose... What are you doing now? Just step around the ram. Morons. Oh, fantastic. Gothmog is gone, and only his devout following continues, and it's over.
This is a clear victory.
Mordor's greatest non-Nazgul general now stands beneath the webbed feet of the swan. Cair Andros is back in Gondorian hands, and this time I'm tempted to exterminate the entire population because it has been held by orcs for a long time, so I am going to do that. Right. Guard barracks we can use. Archery range we can use. Cashbot maker we can use. Slave hall we can. In fact, I think we can use everything because Mordor and... this is a question that I do see quite a lot. Remember that just because it has an enemy UI does not mean you can't use it. And to check if you can use it, all you need to do is right-click on it and make sure that it's got the list of your units. If it has any kind of benefit at all to you, you can keep it. And do remember as well that even if you can't use the barracks, so say you're a wild men faction, for example, and you don't use the standard barracks line, you have your own unique barracks, you can still benefit from the public order bonus, so you can keep it if you want to. I personally don't, because I think those bonuses are essentially irrelevant. Public order is very easy to maintain in Medieval 2. It's very difficult to balance. You either have public order just horrific, and a constant source of annoyance for anyone who ever tries to do anything. Or you have it as it is, where it's sort of a few times, maybe once you've captured a city, they might not like you, but then very quickly they come to like you. And generally speaking, those are about the only options we have available in regards to public order. It's very frustrating. Right, that army is going to stay in there and hold Cair Andros as we turn it, as I say, into a recruitment hub. It already has the highest tier barracks, I believe. Yes, and the highest tier range. We need the stables, though, in order to get the knights' lodgings. But we can definitely do that. It requires the prince's stables and the guard barracks. And I think we've also got the highest castle hall that we need, the stewards. Yeah. So all we need to do is build a stables here, and we can get going on that. Oh, no, it's got a quite high up on the carpentry line as well, with the Mason's Guild House. Let's get the Mason's Guild House in first, then. What the hey. With that many forces in there and already a Dúnedain culture of 33%, we're not too worried about cultural growth. And they won't hate us because we wiped them all out. And Cair Andros is also not a money maker. Castles in general don't make much money. That's not their purpose. So having a large garrison or having a governor or something to convert the culture so that it will start making money, or having a large population so that they will give you tax money, isn't really relevant in castles because they just don't generate the kind of coin that towns do. So when you're just not worried about population, really. Massacre everyone. The general rule of thumb in this game, to be honest, is if you take a town from anyone, always exterminate, because they never revolt when there aren't enough of them. And it's just the easiest way to maintain public order. Obviously, it sounds callous and brutal, but it is just a game at the end of the day. It's a spreadsheet with a very pretty picture that's looking at you. And from when you think about it like that, you realise that actually you do want to exterminate everyone because it's the best way. Oh, we're the largest faction. And Mithras has gone up again. Oh, Mithras. We're going to get a stronghold here in our heartland. We'll take away the blacksmith then. Let's get going on that. That's because we've got our master masons. Yeah, nice. Excuse me, sorry. After you've built that, if you can get the mines in, actually. And practice range wouldn't come amiss. And governor's quarters. That's why we can't upgrade the barracks here, because we've not got the governor's quarters. Take away the practice range, actually. We're not too bothered about archers. It's almost a relief playing as Dol Amroth and knowing you don't really need to actually bother with your archers, really. You don't have 3 whole buildings you've got to upgrade. You can just keep it with your stables and your barracks and just get your really solid cavalry and infantry. I've also made the changes to the Merchant's Wharf to make it now work properly. So it'll only ever increase the trade fleets to the maximum amount that it actually can. I can show you that sea trade. I'm sure I made the changes, and it now gives a bigger building income. So previously it would give trade fleets available that it couldn't actually give, and so that has been reduced. And it also gave another bonus that it couldn't give that I've completely cut away, but I can't remember what that other one is. But anyway, in order to counter that and keep the building in the game, I gave it a flat building income. So it is a good economic building if you're looking for economy. Which is what we're doing in Lynn here. This is not going to be a recruitment hub forever at any point. Although I will take those Haven Guard. We've got loads of Haven Guard just knocking around. You could just walk up to Cair, Andros. And we've got the one in Imrahil's Point, but then the fleet is... Oh, only a turn away from dropping off. Oh, they're besieging Osgiliath again. How have you just gone from having total control on the eastern bank to losing every single unit you had? Oh, dear. Oh, look, that unit's right there. Oh, bugger. I could... Well, no, because it would have slowed us down. It goes by the movement of the people inside of it for some bizarre reason. That's the other problem. Many people always say to us, oh, can you please speed up the movement speed of boats? But the movement speed of boats, as I've said before, and I'm sure bores many of you now, is as high as it can go. We can't increase the movement speed of boats. They are affected by the ground units that are within them, which is absolutely moronic, if you ask me. But there we are. Oh, you don't even have a barracks. Again, just going mostly for economic buildings in most of our regions. Oh, Estella, you can have roads. And I know that you're not really very happy with us. But the culture's growing, but it is cultural unrest that you dislike. So let's get a meeting hall, because that gives a few bonuses to law. And then I'll take some farms after that. Khaldoon has built roads right down in the south, where it's now getting a school. And governor's quarters wouldn't come amiss. And you might as well go for public fountains as well. Cair Andros has made repairs and begins construction of the Masons Guild House. Fantastic. I'm not too worried about a garrison here just yet. I don't think we really need it at the moment. The retraining, I think, is because they've probably got... Oh, no, we've got an Armsman's Guild. Oh, fantastic. So they're all getting an extra sword. They're all getting melee damage. Oh, no, they're not. They're getting... It's the blacksmith. They've got a better blacksmith than us. Oh, there we are. It's Gondor's, but yeah. Gondor have built a higher tier armourer here than we had in our heartland. I have another Haven Guard. No, they're in Imrahil's Point. Don't worry, they're in Imrahil's Point. I believe this gentleman here, Niron, may have been with us since the beginning as well, if memory serves. I don't think... Because Istion is now pretty much our nation's greatest hero. He has fought in all of the campaigns since the beginning of the War of the Ring. He's fought alongside both Adrihil and Imrahil. And he now stands as our nation's greatest general, I should expect. But chiefly, what he holds is the title of Survivor. He has made it since the beginning of the game, and he still lives now at the end. Whereas Adrihil and Imrahil have died, and I believe, unless Niron started in Linhir. But no, I think Istion starts in Linhir. I can't quite recall. If you can remember if any of our other generals are alive, then do let me know. But I'm fairly certain that our generals, Istion is our only remaining starting general. And for that, we must protect that man. I also know Gondor have taken Oldburg. That's interesting. So I sold that. Isn't that one that I took and then gave back to Rohan? It must not have been, I suppose. There we are. They're making their way nicely. You're making your way. Oh, you're only a few turns away. And finally, the fleet arrives as Gondor once again has a horde of forces on the left-hand side. And they need them all on the right. This army's goal under Prince Elfir is going to be to shut down Mordor. Minas Morgul will finally be ours. I'm also going to take some forts back because it disappoints me seeing the little Mordor symbol on all those forts. 6 Amrothian squires. They could be retrained. Those can't really be retrained. We can't build a fiefdom way station here, unfortunately, because this is a location within the region of Gondor. You have to get outside of Gondor before you can start retraining your AOR units. Finabel can build me a port, finally. Yes, that will give you some good eco. Yeah, go with all the eco and then chuck a guild house at the end. And then we won't have to worry. I'm trying to queue these up so that I don't have to come back and do this every turn. Like, I can just now list them all off. And then hopefully we can just let all the towns now just deal with themselves. You can actually set them to deal with themselves. There is an auto-resolve, auto-manage feature. And it will then just build buildings for itself. But I've never really played around with that. I don't know what it favours. Sadly, Ginyard has fallen again. Isengard's control is growing. Right, let's head out. Parthior. It is Parthior, isn't it? No, Nani Falgay, sorry. Parthior's the one with Gundin. Right, Kirithior, there it is. So Isengard are fighting still over this side. But that hasn't fallen yet. Pinnith Gelid, which borders them all the way around there. But I know that the town down here has Anulond, I think it's called. But it's good to see that Gondor have got Oldberg, so they've got a little bit of insurance, if you will, on that northern side. But I can't believe, look, that one tiny, pathetic Mordorian army has bottlenecked the entire military force of Gondor. And every single unit fighting on their eastern front is now stuck because they can't get past the most pathetic siege you've ever seen. So we might as well just attack them on our way through because they'll just run away. They're not going to fight us. So at least lift the siege and let Gondor flood across on the next one. But we are then going to besiege Minas Morgul. And if Mordor attacks us, we shall take that fight and we'll bloody well smash them into the ground. I think we can just about save Gondor. But much will depend on if Isengard does well. Oh, you're a generally good person, given all of that stuff. You're an Amrothian and a Dunedain. The singular of Dunedain, which is, of course, the plural. Rune doing better than us again. Yes, Dol Amroth has Knights Lodgings. Queue them all up, son. There they are. Our 4 best. And we'll give them a ship because we've got the money, so what the hell. You might as well come with a full force, actually. They take a long time to train, though, don't they? Dear, oh dear. The Knights Lodgings has no upper tier. It's a single building. So that's it. That is the entirety of Dol Amroth's rosters there, apart from Siege. I haven't got any Siege. But that is every unit that we get. The Tirith Iar Wardens are Halberdiers, so a nice late-game anti-armor unit. Similarly, the Knights of the Tirith Iar are also an armor-piercing cav, designed to kill other cav. It is in the Knights of the Silver Swan that you find your best infantry-smashing cavalry unit. Let's get a Royal Hall in so that we get another recruitment slot and more free upkeep, because that will help. And then we really could do with getting... We don't even have a leather tanner. Jeebus, McNeebus. Nor do we have even the free... I think getting up the blacksmith line is probably more important than having one extra recruitment slot. So we'll go on that. Now, I tell you what, let's get the Master Masons and then we'll worry about all the others later. Why though? Why? We're not interested in money, and even at the top tier, it only saves you like 1 turn per building. No, let's go with the leather, that line. Elend's got its stables up, so it can now get Prince's stables. That's good. It's building its guard barracks. So then the night lodgings will be the next building, so that's nice to see. Oh, and you can give us a couple of units. Although, do we want... Yeah, what the hell. We'll take a few of those. It's always good to have a little bit of expendability within your army. Then Calumet, Ardamir got its school. Ardamir is very far away, dear oh dear. Now, the way station also gives a law bonus, so we'll get that. And then we'll just keep you with... Your castle, sadly, so you're not actually good for economy, but we'll go down the economy line. You're way too far away to be useful. Oh, look at that! No, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Ignore me. I was thinking that and Caragmere had fallen and Cand have lost it, but that I was looking at the wrong thing. Halden, you could also do with being able to give us a few military buildings, and then I'd like a Master Masons again. I was thinking Haradrim Wastes had fallen, but it hasn't. And this is the Wastelands is the region that I was getting mixed up. Although interestingly, on the map, this has fallen because the map doesn't update until you can see the settlement. And the last time we saw that settlement, it was rebel-owned, so the map continues to tell us that it's rebel-owned, but of course it isn't. Right, let's just relieve the seat. You're actually going to stand and fight? Are you insane? Are you actually insane? Well, I mean, gladly, I'll oblige. Come, meet your death. Nirian joins us. Nirian's looking a little like he's been forced into that helmet. Like, it doesn't quite fit. Captain Balkmeg, yes, you've got 33 great beasts, which is it's really bizarre the way that it counts those. It counts the number of people standing on top of them, not the actual creatures themselves. I've never understood why it does that. I'd rather know how many beasts are alive within the unit rather than how many people are on them. But there are 7 people on top of each beast. I'm sure it's 7. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 2 in the middle, and 1 riding it. So 33 divided by 7. At least 4 beasts. One assumes. We'll have to wait and see. Now, primarily, I was hoping we'd just shoot arrows at this army and then be done with it. They get to defend, so they're probably going to pull up to this hill, which is not great for us. I don't want to lose too many forces, but looking at this army, I realised that it is very, very low tier, and I am not actually convinced we're going to take Minas Morgul. Although we have got 2 Haven Guard, we've got a Lamadon, and there's plenty of pikes in there. It's just there's a lot of guardsmen, and there's more guardsmen than I was hoping for. Right. Now the pikes are fantastic against great beasts and would make very short work of them. In fact, I think in the last time we fought beasts, I'm pretty sure Mordor actually charged them into my pikes, and we just watched them fall like they are nothing. We'll take the more aggressive units, group those together, and then the defensive line units come over here, and we'll worry about what we're going to do with you. And then Elfir himself, already growing in his bodyguard size. Interesting, they've gone down there. That is very interesting to me. Let's move the line. Move the line. We'll go with those so that they can reposition and send the aggressive units onto the right. Elfir come up behind, and javelins, you can fill in that gap. And everyone, if you would run. Ah, bugger, look, they're trying to get up there. And they're going to make it as well. They are going to make it. So we need to think about what we're going to do. Let's try and move to the hill. Let's just move the whole army like that for now. Although once we start shooting arrows at them, actually, I think they'll come and oblige us. So if we send our pike line like that and use the edge of the map as a cheat, well, archers go a bit further back, actually, because the javelins will be very, very critical if the great beasts do decide to attack. Elfir can go wherever because he's obviously very easy to move because he's on a horse. Right, and what of our enemy there? Yeah, they're moving to that hill entirely as expected. They might actually be retreating, but I doubt it, I'm assuming. Interesting, though, that they've moved to the hill, but in the AI's attempt to never get too near to you until it has to, they've not taken the top of the hill because they risk getting within our sort of grasp. Right, what we're going to do now is move the archers forward. Oh, Nirian, don't charge in. Oh, no, it's not. It's Mordor themselves. That's good. Right, hit their orc archers if you would. Oh, there's only 4 great beasts. Yes, as expected. Our archers are not in a great position there, though, actually. And I think I would rather they go over there so that they can, if the enemy comes... Oh, it looks like they are coming. It looks like they are coming. It looks like they've taken the bait. They've taken the bait. Pull back, pull back. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Pike line. Now is the time. Get those pikes down. And you 4, I think all 4 of you can shield wall, can't you? Yes. Shield wall, move forward. Elfir, let's get you out. Come on. I mean, you're only up against Black Oak Halberds, but moving you forward. Oh, and I forgot to let them fire at will again, so they've just been wasting the whole time. It looks like the beasts are going to go round though for Elf here, which is interesting. But even if they charge into the guardsmen in shield wall, that's... Look at that! We timed that so perfectly, the enemy's running away. Brilliant. And with this solid pike line, I can't imagine the enemy's going to do too well. Please don't shoot at our forces. No, we'll turn them to fire at will. The great beasts are going to go run around. We'll just let them... We'll happily allow the great beasts to go and run. Get yourselves forward. Did you throw all your jabs? No, you've got more jabs. Come on, give us some jab volleys. Nice. Shame it's the Orc Coast. This army, without the great beasts, is a pathetic, pathetic force. I'm so surprised that they stood and fought. You guys aren't actually really doing us any favours anymore, are you? You are targeting our own units in your attempts to kill the enemy. Run, 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 run. Let the archers get some volleys off. Come on, shoot the beasts. No, it's happened. No, run this way, run this way. The beasts always run sort of through your line. So hopefully the archers can just keep firing onto them. And we've offered up these guardsmen as sacrifice, sadly. So it must be so. Right, you can charge into the back of those maulers. Let's start freeing up the lines here. Oh, the beasts are starting to get bloodied. They don't like the arrow fire. And in they come. Come on, Elfir. We need you to live up to your father's great name. You're not going to do it with half-assed charges, so... Although that was quite good, actually. And they're fighting and broken to the death. Or the other way around. They're broken and fighting to the death. How are you doing against those halberds? Not as well as I would like.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Pulling back, pulling back. Yeah, no, those guardsmen are dead. That comes back. And into the Black Oryx we go. And they are broken and fighting to the death. So it's going to be the beasts, isn't it? The beasts are going to be the only thing really that still fights today. But if we can try and run those guardsmen all the way up there and let the archers just get more and more volleys into them. Everything else is routing. Oh, apart from one unit of Morgul Chosen, we can get those to rout as well. Right, Seaward Spearmen. Shield wall, all of you. Turn to a line. Morgul's Chosen is running. There is now nothing left fighting except the beasts. And our archers have been giving them the go-over all afternoon. To no avail. We've got more archers there. Did I just see you doing arcing shots? Oh yeah, because the pike line's right in front of you. Try and get them to attack our pikes. Come on, run through. Interesting. Are they running? I think they're running. I think they're calling it a day. Oh no, they're going for Nirian. Oh no, Nirian. Right, we're going to have to go forward and help with the pikes. And of course Gondor bodyguard are spears, aren't they? They're not cavalry. And they can't run away very well. But if you can keep them pinned, Nirian... Oh dear, he's going down fast. I've got pikes coming. I've got pikes coming. Stand your ground, brave son. Right, pikes, we're going to have to run. I need you to create a wide line that the beasts can't get through. Here I am, moaning about Rohan abandoning us to die. And I've just allowed our ally to die. Oh, for God's sake. Stop playing in times 6, Galley. Why was one pike so much further forward than all the others? There we are. It gets easier when you send in pikes.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Although they've smashed loads of them. Oh, he's buggering off. Right, Elfir. In glory. In glory. End this. No, he didn't end it. Yes, he did. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Just what we want. Oh dear, those beasts actually did a shed load of damage, and we didn't. And everything else in the army was just was rubbish. But, and unfortunately, my pipeline, because of my over eagerness, was caught extended, and we lost a great deal. But such is life. We'll have reinforcements coming up from the Heartland again. But if we can take Morgul, if we could just take Morgul. You only need Rams in Mince Morgul. You don't need such a large garrison size anymore, so I'm going to take some of your best units. Join up with the army. There's room for one more. Cavalry is not important in this engagement. You don't have any cavalry. That 152 archers, I'll take those. Well, I'd be tempted with another general, actually. Maybe Born of Nier to go with Elfir. Istion to go with Elfir, just so that he's fought with everyone in the family line. Yes, let's send him as a sort of father figure, and almost like a mentor, if you will. Someone who's fought with Adrihil, Imrahil, and now Elfir, can guide Elfir into the right path. But that's a reasonably good army now. We've got a lot of archers. We've got more Haven Guard in the army. Yeah, and I think we did well there keeping our melee forces out, because they would have just been massacred by the beasts. They would have been slaughtered. It would have just been a dire showing. Oh, that's interesting. Eastern Osgiliath is... Oh, it just doesn't have a garrison. Oh, of course, because Nirian died, but they didn't lose, did they? So that's what's happened there. Right, and Rohan are coming in and closing in on Cair Andros, which is good. You guys can go into that fort now. Why don't you take both of those as well and just get the free upkeep? Not that it matters, you're only like 14 and 15 or so. Rohan come through. We won't be able to retrain those Rohirrim mercenaries because Cair Andros is not a region that can train the mercenaries. If we had captured and held one of the Rohirrim regions, we would have been able to train Rohirrim, retrain them. You can retrain mercs in the city of the region that they come from, and you don't need any building to do it. You just need the region. They're very, very easy to retrain if you capture the region they come from. Right, but that is going to end this episode. There will be a third episode this weekend after the Warhammer episodes release on Saturday. But until we speak again, dear friends, I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I have, and I hope to see you in the next one. So until then, Navarna den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.